Honorable Sebo, our beloved graduates and the House at large, good morning. Standing before you is the Prime Minister of our beloved government as well as nation. I have come in front of you today to present a great construction that is ongoing of the Stiegler'S Gorge construction, also known as Mwalimu J.K. Nyerere hydropower plant. But before I start, I would love to be here with all of you and make everyone stand firmly and support the construction of the Stiegler'S Gorge. It is very shameful for a person to climb a tree using a ladder, get fruits, and get satisfied, then kicks away the ladder so as to prevent anyone else from climbing. What do I mean when I say this? This is the kicking away the ladder theory that was brought about by a Korean scholar named Tusiime. His theory stated kicking away the ladder theory, and it meant that, and it showed how the great nations as well as the great financiers in the international forums preach about policies that they do not accompany with. They get very developed, but to our side they limit us by kicking away the developmental ladder. Before you today, I will present the ongoing construction of the Stiegler'S Gorge in Morogoro, in the Tusiime Museum. The Stiegler'S Gorge construction is the first biggest hydropower plant in East Africa, the fourth in Africa and 70th in the world. The construction will cost them about 6.55 trillion Tanzanian shillings, in which 3% of the cost will be used for the development of the social services around the Tusiime Museum. The construction of the Stiegler'S Gorge or Mwalimu Nyerere hydropower plant will be accompanied by raw materials straight from our countries. Now this is a great opportunity for all industries in our country, such as the cement industries. There will be no any importation of anything outside the countries. The Stiegler'S Gorge, the Stiegler'S Gorge construction is expected to produce about 2,115 megawatts, which is over 200% of the current electricity produced in our country. Below the justification as to why, I ask everyone today in this house to stand firmly and support our government in the construction of Stiegler'S Gorge hydropower plant. First, the restoration of Mwalimu J.K. Nyerere's dream, as well as kicking away the ladder theory. Second, come back to madam. Second justification is that to actualize our country's vision by 2025, that is industrialization and a media economy country. And third, to enhance and influence our country in the EAC as well as studying community. Starting with my first justification, to actualize our president's dream, our first president's dream, the late Mwalimu J.K. Nyerere. The construction of Stiegler'S Gorge was once his dream by the 1960s. It is the reason we named it Mwalimu J.K. Nyerere hydropower plant. But due to the kicking away the ladder theory phenomenon that is greatly shown by the great financiers such as the World Bank, which limited him from developing, thus he only ended up building Pilato and tear down. Second justification, to actualize our country's vision by 2025, that is industrialization as well as a media economy country. Our country currently is an agriculture-dependent country, but if we manage to construct the Stiegler'S Gorge hydropower plant, we shall be able to produce enough electricity and transform our country to a semi-industrialized country, as well as we shall be able to have enough production of goods and services that will bring about good governance, as well as peace and security, and a maintainable high-quality life. And the last but not the least, last but not the least, we shall influence, last but not the least, we shall influence our country's reputation in the East African community as well as studying. That is by selling electricity, donating, not only that, but more forceful. We shall be able to connect East African countries to a single electric power network. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you very much, my Honorable Prime Minister. First, I acknowledge your proposal that you have brought on the table. I actually agree that you and I come from the same party, that is the ruling party. But my Honorable Prime Minister, you haven't convinced me that so
much, Honorable Pauline. As I stated earlier that the construction of Stiegler'S Gorge hydropower plant will only cover an area of 1,200 kilometers square of the Stiegler'S Reserve out of 45,000 kilometers square of the whole game reserve. Get to notice that Stiegler'S Reserve's area is bigger than Norway country. Thus, by saying so, statistically, the hydropower plant will only cover 2% out of 100% of the whole area. By saying so, I'd like to assure everyone in this house today to support and stand firmly, because a 2% out of 100% is a negligible percent. Thus, we shall not disturb any part of the ecosystem, and we shall maintain our environment for the future generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. I have carefully listened to your speech. Actually, the project is so interesting and very important for our country's development, because it is true that the project will generate more power than our countries need, and by doing that will help to improve our infrastructure and industries. But also, this project will produce more power that will be sold in neighboring countries, and by doing that will enhance our power in SADC and East African communities. But in 1982, Stiegler'S Reserve was declared as the World Cultural Heritage Site. And it is declared to be so because there's no any artificial activity in it, and also it is the largest in East Africa. By doing this project, we'll introduce artificial activity which is not allowed. And my worry is that, don't you see that at the same time while trying to enhance our power in SADC and East African communities, at the same time we'll be diminishing our nation in United Nations organ? Thank you.
Thank you very much, my opposition leader. I would like to clear out your doubts, as I gladly appreciate that you support the influence our country has in the East African community. As I said, this is an ongoing construction, meaning that we already have met all the environmental qualifications from the United Nations. It is the reason as to why the construction is now an ongoing construction. On top of that, I would love everyone in this house to see how the kicking away the ladder theory is being really practiced by the financiers, as the same projects have been done in the US sites such as Brazil, Russia, France and China. But the same chapters, the same financiers limit our countries from developing as they did. By saying so, I would love everyone in this house today to stand and we hold hands firmly, as I will lead you as your Prime Minister, and to make sure we support the construction of the Stiegler'S Gorge hydropower plant for the current and the future generation. God bless Force, God bless Tanzania, God bless Africa. Thank you.
Asante. Ndugu mgeni rasmi, tunaamini siku si nyingi huyu tutaweza kumwona bungeni akiwa waziri mkuu, na hawa wataweza kuwa ni wabunge watarajiwa siku si nyingi. Lakini pamoja na hayo